Right. Here we are. You are about to witness, if you are witnessing this, the roughest, what could go down as one of the worst episodes of The Uncommon Show ever. And I'm getting ahead of it. I'm getting ahead of it now. Not because the quality is bad. I mean, the content's always, I guess it always is what it is. But I got nothing. I got nothing for us. This is going to be a really quick one. A little update into my life. I needed to make some changes. This show was being really difficult because I was doing it all off of my phone, which is fine. I'm still recording it off of my phone, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a great camera, world class, some might say. The issue is I was editing on my phone, and iPhones aren't exactly built with the software to build the internet empire that I'm trying to create with The Uncommon Show. So I knew I had to make some changes. I had to make an upgrade. And I got an iMac this week. Now, you're probably, if you are a diehard fan, going, Tyson, you haven't posted in 2 weeks. If you just got it this week, what's the deal? And I'll tell you this, it was Christmas, okay? Get off my back. It was Christmas. I was 3 weeks into the show. I took some time off of work. I wanted to decompress. I wanted to reload. And I'll tell you this, it's 2026 and nobody is more ready for a big year. And that's so easy to say. Everybody is saying that. Everybody except the people who make it their mission to hate on people who are start of the year, new me kind of people. And I'm not one of those people. I'm also not one of those people that hates on those kind of people. But what I am is somebody who knows when he feels real momentum in his life, and I feel really real momentum because I've had a lot of big changes go down between 2024 and 2025. A lot of things happened to me. I did a lot of things. Some things I didn't want to happen. Some things I did want to happen, and they all happened. I learned a lot from them. But the thing is, I had things going on in 2024 that bled into 2025, and then, in 2023 into 2024, 2024 into 2025, and then 2025, the biggest changes that happened in my life were towards the start of 2025. I was trying to have a great big 2025. I got fired from a job that I really could have saw myself doing forever. Maybe I'll talk about that later. I don't know how deep I want to get on what is going to be the worst episode in the Uncommon Show history, but maybe I'll get into it. Start of the year, I was fired, and I had this whole plan. Everything was based around the success I was going to have at this job. Even though I wasn't successful at the job, I was not doing a good job. I just had a feeling. I always believe in myself, so I just thought, I knew that it was all going to work out, and I was right, but I got fired from that job. Everything just worked out in its own different way. I ended up at the place of work that I'm at now. I'm not going to say where it is. I'm sure someone can look up where, but I guess I don't want to come out and say it because this has nothing to do with them. I guess I'll say it's in car sales, Anyway, that threw me off right there. What did I say? This is going to be the worst show ever. Worst show in the history of The Uncommon Show. Worst episode in the history of The Uncommon Show. I said it. I'm wearing a robe and a hoodie, okay? If you can't tell by my voice, I'm sick. But I'm here. I'm doing this because I'm getting there. Because there was just a lot of bleeding into the next year. In 2026, I can feel it. There was nothing about 2026 that was 2025 bleeding into it other than the things that I wanted in my life. It's this perfect, and I haven't been fired yet. I mean, the job is going well, so I hope I don't get fired. I don't see myself getting fired. The last one I didn't exactly see coming, but when you look back, I was doing a bad job. I don't think they gave me the amount of time I deserved, given that I was brand new to the niche. But anyway, that's besides the point. Things are going well at this job. Things are going well. So I don't see myself getting fired. we're besides the point again. I mean, this is why it's difficult for me to have a show on my own, or maybe it's why it's so easy for me to have a show on my own, I should say, but also maybe difficult for me to stay on topic when I'm by myself, is that I ramble, and I need someone looking at me to go, like, see their face change and be like, all right, you're not talking about the original point whatsoever. I need that. I need to see the shock in people's face when I start, like, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know why I feel so fired up. It's probably because I'm excited to see you guys, to talk to nobody. It's just the cameras get rolling, and I start thinking that there's a million people watching. I don't know. I'm not nervous. I definitely seem like somebody who's just panicking right now, but I'm not. I'm cool as the other side of the pillow, but I'm sick. I got all the excuses, okay? But I'm here. I'm here. And I forget why I was telling anybody and everybody about the fact that, 2026 feels like a big year for me. But I got this iMac. I upgraded my, recording equipment. If you can't tell, there's a microphone in front of me. A little bit different positioning, maybe. If you can't tell, I do have a background. Maybe. I might not even do a background on this episode because it's the worst episode in the history of the show. That's what it's going to be. It's the worst episode in the history of the show, and I'm embracing that. But it's the first episode with all the new stuff. The new microphone, this audio, new microphone, I recorded on my iPhone. Can you do that? Do you know how to do that? Some people definitely will because it's actually surprisingly easy. But doesn't matter. I'm doing it, right? I said, how can I get better at this? I like doing it. How can I get better? I found a way. I leveled up. I audited my life, and I made it happen, people, okay? And for the people who do like to hate on the 2026, or not 2026, the new year, new me, the haters of that crowd, which I do understand the hate of that crowd, but to the people who say that, what's wrong with people just, being excited about a fresh start? What's wrong with that? Okay? Grow up. Let people be happy, all right? And to that point as well, to those people, I didn't start with these actions on January 1st, okay? January 1st was actually, it was a big day for me stress-wise, but it was very interesting. And that was according to my Whoop, not a sponsor, but according to my Whoop, I had like the most strenuous day, ever in the history of me wearing the thing. Which is really surprising when I think on it. I don't remember really what I did. I could look it up, but my phone's recording. I know I played golf. Wait, did I play golf? See, I don't even know. And somehow it was like a 20 strain, which in Whoop Talk is like a lot. Shout out all my whoopers. If you're whooping it out there, you know that a 20 plus strain day is a big boy day or a big girl day. It's a big day. I say big boy because I'm a boy. Okay, it's nothing personal, ladies. I'm a big boy. So when I say it's a big boy ting, it's because I'm a big boy. And if I'm doing it, that means it's a big boy ting. If you do it and you're a lady, and you want it to be a big boy ting, go right ahead. If you want to say big girl ting, go right ahead too. I don't know why I'm saying ting. That's not a normal word in my vocabulary. It sounds so good though, doesn't it? Ting. Big boy ting. Little girl ting. I mean, is it just me? Or does like big girl ting, big boy ting, big girl ting, what sounds better? I don't know. I'm sure it's because I'm a boy and, I'm a dumb, stupid male. But something about like big boy, like that big boy. Like big girl. It's just... I told you, the worst episode in the history of the show. Episode 4, mark your calendars, January 9th, 8:53 p.m. The worst episode in the Uncommon Show history was recorded. But it was a big one. It was a big swinging point because it's the first one with the new mic and the MacBook. Not the MacBook, the iMac. Can I just take a second and talk about how great Apple's ecosystem is? I don't think, I put it in a similar category of, people who don't like dogs, people who don't like the Apple ecosystem. It's so clean and crispy, and it's just like, if Apple built a house, I don't need a house, and it would probably be so expensive. but I would be trying to find a way to get that house. That's an idea. Apple needs to get into the tiny home business. That's what they need to do. Apple, get into the tiny home business. Like, just imagine it's like a trailer size. You can put it on the back of an 18-wheeler, or man, if you could find a way to pull it with like a big old truck, like you just needed something like a 3/4 ton truck, and you could pull your Apple house somehow. You put wheels on it. You partner with somebody. You put wheels on the house, so that way you can load it even, or maybe even throw a motor somewhere in there. An electric battery that you put on a house, and deployable wheels that you can put out, so that way you can literally not drive the home. You don't want to, you could never get it to go fast enough, although maybe you could with electricity, engines and stuff. Winston, leave it. My dog, man, he lives on mayhem, lives on it. That's all he does. Looks for stuff to destroy. Only when I'm around now. I don't even know what I was talking about now. I don't really think it matters. It probably was nothing all that important. The main thing that I wanted to get to on the Uncommon Show, the thing that I really do look forward to the most on it, because I don't really know why, there's just something about sports gambling, and specifically football gambling, that has just, it's just taken my heart. It's taken my soul. And I love it. I'm ready to give the rest of my life to it responsibly, of course. Like, I understand that people will lose their everything to something like gambling, and you can absolutely get addicted to it. But here's the deal: if you have a system with gambling, if you take, specifically on football, I've never heard of a really great system for any other sport. Not that I've heard like one great system, as if there's only one great system with sports or with football gambling, but it seems like it's much easier to come up with a system that at least keeps you profitable. You just have to be willing to weather some lows. So as long as I'm responsible with those lows never really doing anything terrible to me, it's not that big a deal. It's really not that big a deal. And there is tremendous upside, and there's no risk in upside. As long as I make sure the basement is not too low, the ceiling, whew. My point is, the main thing that I wanted to get into is my picks. That has been the thing that I have been so disappointed or upset that I haven't given you the last 2 weeks, was the picks. You deserve the picks. I deserve the picks, because nothing is better than saying I turned on a camera and a microphone and put it out to the world that I'm taking these teams with either these points or this total or whatever it is. I'm taking this situation on this game because of this. It's just so good. It's just so good. And I missed it. I really did miss it. So I'm sorry for those people that were counting on my picks. I'm sorry for those people that had to go out and trust their own gut. I hope it went well. But here's what I got for you. We are in the wild card week of the NFL playoffs, and I think it's the perfect time to, I started out with this show just giving you picks. Maybe I implied that I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't. I really don't. Because this is my first ever year of true football sports gambling. I don't know if I placed a single bet on a money line, spread, or total NFL game until this year, this season. And it's been such an interesting season when I listen to people who have watched the last however many years they've been alive seasons. Everybody seems to think this is like the craziest year. And obviously, I paid attention. I watch the Super Bowl every year. So I probably gambled on Super Bowls, because I've been sports gambling for like 2 years. So I probably put money on the last 2 Super Bowls. Couldn't tell you what they were. Couldn't tell you if I won, because it didn't matter. I was just watching the game. And if I'm going to be watching a sports game, I might as well put some money on it. Maybe I didn't. I don't even know. I don't remember. Because this is my first year of true football sports gambling. And on the show, oh my gosh, this is how bad this episode is. I don't even know my record right now, and it's terrific. That sounds like the perfect thing I can do right now to give a little bit of time, because I'm actually going longer than I kind of thought I would. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the NFL games in the past couple weeks, and I'm going to give you my record because it's documented. It's documented, and I have to go on record and say that there were picks that I had ready. I just didn't record for Christmas. So I'm going to give up to Christmas. There's a week after Christmas that I did not give any picks officially in any way, so I will not count them to my record. But I'm going to count the weeks of Christmas because I did have a solid picks week, and that's not only why, but I just feel I deserve that. I feel I deserve it. I could have made the picks. I had the time to record. I chose not to. I chose rest. I chose recovery of my brain. I chose health. I chose mental health. I'm just going to give my picks for this week. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what my record is. I've come unprepared. I'm terribly sorry, but this is all a test week. This is all a momentum week. This is a new equipment week. I don't need your judgment. I really don't. Okay? So get off my back. Just get off it. Wild card weekend. Here we are. Sick of these people talking in my head. Unbelievable. Got it. All right. Rams, Panthers. I don't know. The advisors say 10.5 points is a sucker's play. Everybody says Panthers at home, 10.5 points is too many. Rams are going to run them. Well, guess what? Apparently I'm everybody. And I'm okay with it, I guess. But something about the fact that it's 10.5 points at home, playoff game, NFL playoffs, which I hear are a big deal. Again, it's my first one, so what do I know? But I hear the NFL playoffs are a big deal. Everybody thinks Panthers shouldn't even be there. Well, they are. And guess what? They beat the Rams the last time they played. And guess where they played? Carolina. I hear there's rain coming. Sometimes when you hear like everything is telling you it's going this way, most of the time it's going that way. Sometimes it's going the way that everything says it's going to go. And frankly, if I had to guess, more people, this immediately contradicts my point. But in my brain, the reason I ended up on Panthers is not because everybody was going with them. It's because I assumed everybody would be going with the Rams. But as soon as I started consuming content, because I don't like to hear what they're taking before I at least have an idea of who I'm taking. I want to have an idea before I get the pros involved. Because you got to trust the gut. You got to trust it. I mean, if you trusted it week 1, you'd be 4-0. I'm pretty sure I'm like 7-2 officially on the internet. Pretty sure. And then if I use the week that I then went 4-1. Wait, more than that. Niners Colts under 46.5. Niners -6 in that week. I believe I won that. I believe I did. No, the under did not hit in that game. That's right. But the Niners did cover. So I went, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-2. I was 7-2 with an asterisk because I'm not positive about that. So I am, 7 plus 5 is 12. Yes, it's 12. 12-4. 12-4. So listen to me, people. I may not watch a lot of football. I may not have a single track record of making these picks whatsoever, but I'm 12-4 in the last few weeks on this show. Something about when I let my gut speak on this show, it just works out. It just works out. Which, you know what? I had picks, but Something about this show is speaking to me. I'm gonna forget about those picks. I'm gonna forget them, and I'm gonna go fresh. And I'm telling you, the fresh pick is still Panthers plus 10.5. And the world is lucky because they're not ready for it. They're not ready for one man to Winston. Blankets are not food. I'm sure the microphone can pick it up, but this dude is just ripping apart his blanket, just shredding it. I mean, he sleeps with it at night, and that's how he treats it. I don't understand. It's this weird thing with this dog. When he loves something, he wants to destroy it. Blows me away. The more excited about something he is, the quicker he wants to destroy it. It's insane. Back to the point. Plus 10.5. Panthers, the world is not ready for me to say the Panthers could win this straight up. Because why not? Why not? I heard Stu Feiner, the source. Like I swear I would, if he said this is one of the picks that I charge $100,000 for. I know how often this man wins. If he said this, if he told me and he whispered it in my ear like we were good friends, and he gave that, and he gave a pick that he said to me, I would take it. And this dude said that he feels the Rams are one of two of the most dominant teams in the NFL. And I get it. But is everybody going to forget that they lost to the Panthers the last time they played in Carolina in the middle of the day? That's a repeat of this situation. And everybody wants to think that you automatically split games. That's not true. It's not true. And the Rams just lost to the Falcons in a game that they had every reason to want to win. That they'd have got a better seed in the playoffs. They'd have made the Falcons get a worse draft pick, which I'm fairly certain I heard would be good for them because they own one of their first round pick or something like that. So they would have they lost that game. Devontae was hurt. I get it. But the thing about football is you can't, outside of quarterbacks, you can't have one guy that just like, I don't know. This could be where I get burned, right? I could lose all the playoff games I call because I just don't understand NFL playoffs. Maybe. I'm going to let 12-4 speak for itself. 10.5 points at home. Take the Panthers, book it. Okay? Moving on, I'm going to make this next one quick because I don't think there's much to talk about. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers. I said I was going to go with my gut. And I can't get over the fact that the Bears are underdogs. You get them plus 110 on DraftKings straight up. Take it. Nothing to talk about there. They're the 2 seed. They're at home. They're better. The first game, no one wants to say it. I'll say it. The first game was a fluke. The Bears should have won by 7. It came down to that last throw, and they had it. Caleb Williams made a minor mistake. He waited a little too long. He was probably thinking the guy would be wide open. If he waited an extra second, he was wrong. And that happens. You know what? It happened. I'm sure he learned from it. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm positive he learned from it because what happened the next game when he was put in that moment, made it a longer pass, put it on the dime, nailed it. I know they had to get the onside kick and stuff, but it's just... Here's what happened. The first one, they should have beat that ass. They should have tagged the Packers. It's just what should have happened. It didn't happen, which put more pressure on the second time around in Soldier Field. The Bears really needed all that stuff. They were probably a little tense, so it came down to overtime. This is the one. This is the one where they go, nerves have been settled. It's been decided. We won the North. We're the 2 seed. We got it at home. We're the better team. Bears plus 1.5. Actually, no, sorry. Bears money line. Silly. It's free money. They give you a plus 110. That's silly. Bears plus 110. Put my life on it. Then we got Bills at Jaguars. this one is really crazy to me. So the Bills are now underdogs. The Bills are now underdogs. They've been favorites all week. All week they've been favorites. They are now underdogs, which tells me my original pick for Jaguars straight up is the take. The Jaguars are better. They're at home. They're better. It's that simple. It's that simple. Niners at Eagles. This is where things might get surprising. They've got the spread up to +6. I'm going to take it. You know what? I'm going to stay crazy. Because I've been thinking this all week. As soon as I saw that the Niners were +4, it was the same thing as when the Jaguars were plus money on the Bills. It was like, it's silly. And you know what? I'm not going to pay a tax for them getting plus points because they're going to win this game. The Niners are going to win. It's playoff time in Philadelphia. Now we want to act like the Eagles haven't been, not that great. I'm sorry, folks. Like, maybe I'm not liking this. People have different modes in the playoffs, and I understand that it does raise the competition for everybody involved, but it raises the competition for everybody involved, which means you still have the two of the same teams, and they just went like this. They just... For the last 3 weeks, the Niners have been talked about like they were potential Super Bowl winners. All of a sudden, they get they lose to the Seahawks, who are probably the best team in the NFL right now. Like, on paper, you can't really find a reason to say they're not the best team in the NFL right now. They lose to them, and okay, the Seahawks dominated them, so to speak, in the way that the Niners didn't score, but domination on the defensive end, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a different kind of domination because it's like the defense is almost like a different team. It really is. And the offense needs to ride momentum that the defense gets. If you're counting on your defense to dominate games, I'm not saying you won't win. That's not what I'm saying, because you need a great defense to win at really high levels. I just don't think it's the thing that the Super Bowl champs can ride out into the sunset. Oh my God, this guy. I just got to get through the worst show in history. I just got to get through it. I'm having a lot of fun, but it is the worst show ever. So anyway, the Niners are better. They're gonna win. Everybody wants to say the Eagles are better. I mean, minus 265. That line is just telling me, it's just like, well, remember they won the Super Bowl? Yeah, I know, but remember they've been. If we're gonna play the remember game, how about we remember their offense has been terrible all year? How about we remember that? I'm sorry. Okay, there's a reason. They're raising the line. There's a reason they're giving the Niners 6 points already. It's because they're like, oh my God. We need someone to start taking the Niners. Everybody's taking the Eagles. We made it we made it only 3 points, and everybody's taking the Eagles minus 3.5. We gotta go 6. If we give the Niners 6 points, maybe some people will start grabbing it. That's what the odds makers are telling you. I'm telling you. Chargers, take them. Chargers at Patriots Sunday night. Take the Chargers. I've already told you. I have it on good authority from some video of a little Asian woman talking about it. Don't know how she knows this. Don't know her name. Don't know any facts behind it. But she sounded smart when she said it. East Coast versus West Coast teams at night. West Coast team wins at a 68% win rate. Take the Chargers straight up. They're underdogs. It's only a 3.5 point spread. I think the 3.5 tells you everything you need to know, and that's that the Patriots are truly frauds. The moment's going to come, and it's going to be shown. We've been waiting for it. We thought we were going to see it in the Ravens game. Didn't quite happen. They didn't really get tested. Who did they have right after the Ravens? I think they might have had a tough game after that. I'm just blanking on who they had. But then they had the Jets. And then who, like the Dolphins to finish out there? Okay. You know, we've been waiting for. Go lay down. Spot. He just wants attention. That's exactly what he wants. Goofball. Damn dog. Yeah, the line's telling you that Patriots are actually frauds, so you might as well take the team who's actually going to win this instead of trying to play the spread. What's the point? Plus 160, LA Chargers, book it. Then you got Monday night. This is one that I don't know what the hell. So I'm going under. I am going under. I was going under at 39.5. The line is now 38.5. I think that backs up what I'm thinking. I'm just saying. I mean, to see these odds change in a favor that I saw happening all week, I put notes in on Monday of some of these lines. I was like, are they serious? You know, I saw the Niners at plus 4.5, and I'm like, yeah, I'm taking the Niners straight up. And now they're at plus 6. Why? Because the public says the Eagles are going to win. And what do you do when the public goes one way? You go against it. It's what you do. The lines tell you everything you need to know. Here's the thing. The lines tell you everything you need to know, and sometimes, and the beautiful thing about sports is it's magical. And when the magic happens, the lines don't matter. But magic isn't always gonna happen. The lines tell you everything you need to know. Just saying. 12-4 in the history of this show. My brother is going to make a trip down to Illinois because I have to work tomorrow, and he's going to put this in. And what I absolutely love is I did come in here saying I'm going to let my gut talk, and every single time I looked at these games again, my gut just shot right out at me, the pick that I have been saying all week. And now I'm seeing the lines back it up, and I am just so excited because if he actually does go down to Illinois, because I can't make him, but he said he's gonna. And the thing is, sports gambling and DraftKings is able to be used in Illinois. You can't use it in Wisconsin. If he does, I told him put some scratch on this round robin parlay. Look out. I went 4-0 my first ever week of this show. This is my first ever playoff week of this show. I am undefeated in first ever episodes. This is the one. Telling you. All right. I went for a lot longer than I thought I would. That's totally okay. At least to me. I enjoyed it. I'm going to hopefully you liked this. If you actually listened to this, I respect the hell out of you. But the picks are worth it. You can stick around for the picks. That's I think the third episode of The Uncommon Show. It's the worst episode in show history. But great things are coming, I promise. All right. Peace.